Beautiful rendition of the national anthem as it's homecoming here at Lone Peak. And look, we talked about Moose. They lost week 1 to Timpview. 3 wins since that. Wins over Alamani, Liberty, and Highland of Arizona. This Lone Peak team starting to find its stride.
Yeah, what's really cool about this Lone Peak team, it's not one guy standing out. It's a whole team effort. I love seeing everyone coming together, especially after getting beat by Timpview. After the Timpview game, I'm going to be honest with you, Dane, I was like, it could be a rough season for Lone Peak. They're playing some phenomenal teams in the preseason, but that's what they want to do. They want to get ready for this Region 4 play, and Region 4 is no joke. With PG across the way, last year, I was like, I don't know about this PG squad, but Coach Walkenhorst had more than 3 months to get ready with them, and they look phenomenal. They have multiple receivers coming out of the backfield. They do so many good things, and they're led by Nick Stafford. He is a phenomenal quarterback, and he's not the smartest kid in this tool shed because he is only a 35 ACT 4.0 kid. Just kidding. The kid's a genius, and we'll see his intellect on the field tonight, Dane.
You know, you talk about Nick Staffieri, young man completing 66% of his passes. They're 4-1 in 5 games. He's thrown for over 1,500 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's been fantastic, and he's got a lot of weapons that they like to throw to. Cottle, Hale, McCoy. We'll see the trio going tonight for this PG offense. Moose, I love when you talk about how much this team has grown in the second year of Coach Walkenhorst. He's trying to get PG back to competing for Region 4 championships, and they can take a big step in doing that here tonight on the road. Homecoming at Lone Peak as PG in the road white and Lone Peak in the all black as we get ready to kick off here from Knight Stadium. Underway, and this kick back fielded at the 1. Opportunity for a return here for Lone Peak. Boy, big block taken right up the middle as this is Cole Christensen able to take it to the 30. Good return here for Lone Peak.
Oh my goodness gracious. You see number 30 out there, Tua Wolfgram bringing the boomstick from the opening kickoff. You love to see it. Whenever I see a Wolfgram, I think boom, and Tua just put an exclamation mark on that kickoff going into the wedge. If you don't get the ball into the end zone, make sure you get guys flying down the field, and that's the way to start a game off.
Tua just gave someone a headache. He certainly laid into that. First down for the Knights, and it will be the senior Caden Hodson. And boy, his development, progression as the season's gone on, he's had more time with the offense. You've started to see him really shine as he'll be pistol formation here on first down. Hodson will hand off. They start with the ground game. Not much there. This PG defense able to stop the ball carrier for a gain of just 1.
Talking to Coach before the game, he was talking to us about Hodson. Hodson didn't join the team until July. Until July, Dane. It's absolutely crazy. And that made it so he didn't have a lot of time with the receivers. He's only been with these guys about 6 weeks, and he's grown in leaps and bounds with what's going on. So it's great to see him out here. Hodson's an absolute stud and built like a Taysom Hill type quarterback.
First throw for Hodson looking, is that Bateman, the tight end? Yes, it is. Max Bateman able to secure it.
Oh, I love me some Max Bateman. One of the top tight ends in the state, in the West, possibly in the country. If they're getting some chemistry going between Hodson and Bateman, life is good for everybody on Lone Peak.
It's going to add another element to this offense. He certainly can be a matchup problem as on 3rd and short here, 3rd and 2 for the Knights. They've got to get to the 40. Hodson looking to the sideline here. You see the clock on your screen. We're keeping time there manually for you. We'll do our best to keep that as closely synchronized as we can. Pressure coming. Hodson gets rid of it. Looking down the field for Robinson. Has he got it? Trey with the catch. Touchdown, Lone Peak.
Wow. Cuckoo, Kachoo, Trey Robinson. Way to go. Mrs. Robinson's son goes right into the end zone and then some. You love to see it. Hodson just threw up a prayer and it was answered. Way to go, Lone Peak.
Boy, coverage was good, but Trey just wanted it more, able to secure it. And boy, what a start to homecoming night here for Lone Peak.
Now we have one of my favorite kickers coming out, Ian Sanchez. Let's see how he does on this PAT.
I'm looking for the Traj. There it is. Point after good. 7-0. Lone Peak out of the gates fast. They lead PG. You're watching Lone Peak football live on KSLSports.com.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I loved the atmosphere at Skin Science. It was easy to make friends. The instructors actually form relationships with you, which is one of my favorite parts. It's a fun place to be.
Welcome back here tonight. Stadium One. I thank our sponsors of Lone Peak Football on KSL Sports Rewind. Realco, your one-stop janitorial shop, and Ames Construction, working in harmony with nature and instilling true confidence, delivering success thanks to Realco and Ames Construction for their sponsorship of Lone Peak Football. Well, 3 plays, 70 yards, 7-0 Knights as Lone Peak will kick off. This kick gonna be fielded right at the goal line. Return here, looking up the right side as still on his feet, up past the 40. Boy, a great return there by Will Frankham for the Vikings.
Wow, what a ballsy move. Will Frankham celebrating all the way back to the all the way back to his sideline, and he should be. That was a beautiful kick. It had about 3.8 seconds in the air, almost 3.9. And what makes it difficult, if you return that, the coverage team should be able to pin him deep, but they weren't able to on that one. They were surprised he took it out of the end zone.
Opportunity to see Nick Staffieri for the first time tonight, the 6'2 senior quarterback. We talk about his stats coming in. He's been electric. 4 receiver formation here. You'll see this a lot tonight. Lone Peak showing pressure. They're trying to come at it. Looking up the right side of the field to Cale McCoy. That ball just overthrown of his junior target.
Yeah, Nick Staffieri, he's an interesting kid. I love that he's got a lot of mentors on this team. He's got a little-known quarterback coach, Alex Caressa, on the sideline with him. No one's really heard about him.
Yeah.
Just basically one of the top quarterbacks out of Utah ever, and was a giant slayer at Portland State, taking down Washington State.
Second down 10.
Nick Staffieri has some good people in his ear.
Second down, motion here from McCoy. And again, they're showing pressure. Lone Peak will bring it. Ball's out quickly, looking for McCoy again. Not just a step in front of him as it was Dahl on the blitz.
This is what Lone Peak likes to do. They're not a vanilla defense.
No.
They're not going to be like cover 2, sit and wait. They're coming after you. They're doing all the things they need to do because they have a literal genius as a defensive coordinator in Ryan Denny.
A guy who has been successful in his role as a DC, also had success in the NFL.
Yep.
Paying off.
His Bills are doing pretty good so far, Dane.
3rd and 10 for PG. We got the band in the stadium tonight for homecoming. We'll add a fun element there right below us. Trips to the top of the screen. Motion from Peterson. Staffieri rolling that way. Pressure on Nick, and just has to get rid of it. Boy, I don't know that it got back to the line of scrimmage. Are they saying there was a receiver? There's a flag down by where the tackle was made.
Flag is down.
Probably made the right decision there, just trying to get rid of it, hoping the ref didn't quite see where the ball landed.
They waved it off because I think he did have a target there.
There you go. See, that's what happens when you have a 35 ACT.
Yeah.
When you're under pressure, you still make the right move. Saving the yards because this is going to be a battle of field position, Dane.
It was a game that both coaches thought could go into the second quarter, but boy, a 3 and out for PG, that Lone Peak defense. How about this, Moose? We talk about Lone Peak. The defense, the points per game that they've given up has gone down each week since week 1.
Wow, that's a great stat to have. Learning, they were all young bucks that first game we watched. Oh, good
Boomer kick.
And angled right.
Boy, Christensen walking a tightrope there. It didn't look like he had much room, able to get a 10-yard return.
Christensen has those quick feet. You don't want him to catch that ball. He's got that Britton Covey-esque fearlessness when he's catching the ball, and you love to see it. But I love that Lone Peak's learned from their mistakes. That's where you've got a great team, because everyone's going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to have those days, Dave. But if you don't learn from it, if you don't keep going, it's going to end up being a rough situation for you in the future.
Second possession of the game here for Lone Peak. And we'll see if the Vikings, or if the Viking defense can come up with a stop here. Our offense could certainly use it. Hodson scanning, running out of time, and that one intercepted, picked off by the Vikings. Boy, Hodson was just trying to, I don't know if he was trying to get it away, but the PG defense coming up with a huge play as it was Jaden Wright with the interception.
Even though a lot of these guys on PG are young, they're experienced. They took their licks last year, Dane. We watched them against Brighton, and it looked like there wasn't a junior or a senior to be found. Now they're all getting to be upperclassmen. They're all juniors, they're all seniors, and they're coming to fight. This isn't the PG of yesteryear. This is a PG of today, and they're a tough bunch, these Vikings.
And PG set up here. They're just at the 23-yard line, so offense back on the field for Staffieri. They'll try on the sweep to Cottle. Cottle nowhere to go. A whole bunch of Knights there, including Pono Aquin, to tackle him for a loss.
That was really, really great defense right there. You can see the flow of the defense coming to the ball, and they're doing some good things going sideline to sideline. That's what an elite defense does, Dane, and it's fun to see. Can't say they're not taking the coaching. This Lone Peak team took their licks against Tentview, and they got together. The defense says this is unacceptable. We are reigning state champions. We cannot be like this. But they only returned one starter from last year, and this is a much improved effort from last time I've seen them.
Yeah, 2nd and 14-15 after the loss. Staffieri has pressure coming from behind, gets rid of it, has a man, and first positive yardage there for the Vikings. Good throw by Staffieri, able to find Cannon Hale.
What you're going to see is both of these defenses are uber aggressive. When you're a quarterback and you're rolling out, you know someone's coming from the back edge to get you. And you have to get rid of that ball accurately. If it's not accurately, it could be 6 the other way.
We'll set up a 3rd and short here for the Vikings. Staffieri, they've got to get it just inside the 15 to the 14. Lone Peak showing pressure again. Nick, got to get rid of this quickly. Pump fake, looking for the slant. That defended well. How about the corner? Matthias Nawahine, the junior, coming up with a deflection.
That was perfectly played by Matthias. Great job, and that's what we expect from our corners. It used to be a few years ago you couldn't find a corner that could press. You couldn't find a corner that did much. You couldn't find receivers that do much. Now the development of the receivers has forced the corners to develop as well, and you love to see it from both sides.
How about a 4th down here for PG? Offense going to stay on the field. 4th and 3 for Staffieri and company.
As a kicker, this call hurts my heart, but you know you have to do it in games like these.
Staffieri, they're going to run it, and they're not going to get it. The Lone Peak defense was ready for it, and they come up with another TFL and a turnover on downs as Darrington able to make the stop.
That was a Cam Newton. Looks like you've been watching film. Watch this situation. Wow. This Lone Peak defense is playing like their hair's on fire, Dane. Flying around like crazy, saving their quarterback. That interception could have been costly, but Lone Peak is doing everything they want to do and then some.
You talk about the development, maturity of the defense. My goodness, this looks like a different unit, Moose.
Yeah. Honestly, Dane, I had them written off. I was like, I don't know if they're going to win a game. Now I'm like, these could be the favorites for Region 4. Wow.
This is the team that a lot of people thought, top 3 team in the state, and they're playing like it right now, and they're getting better each week as offense back on the field. Hodson going to keep this. Design run here for Caden as he'll pick up about 6.
When I say Caden Hodson is Taysom Hill-esque, that's what I'm talking about right there. Following his blocker, getting those tough yards, making it 2nd and 4 instead of 2nd and 10. That's a beautiful play right there, and it's going to play dividends. You're going to see him break one of those sooner rather than later.
He actually has been really good on the ground this year. He's averaging 5 yards a carry, Caden is.
That's nothing to scoff at.
No, not at all.
Just let him run every 2 downs, and you've got a touchdown.
Well, and Brooks Wild is as well. They're both at 5 yards a touch. 2nd and short, and they will go with Wild. Right side, big lane for Brooks. 1st down and more for Caden Wild.
You say that, Brooks Wild, he's like 5 yards a touch. Give me 10. Let's go. My goodness, what a great run by Brooks. He's a tough runner, when we were watching him against Tentview, he was one of the highlights for me. He was running tough even when they were down, and he is a man possessed in the backfield.
And how about the job of that O-line, too? Remember, this is a unit that graduated so much experience up front last year. Got some injuries they're still fighting through this year, and yet open up a huge lane there for Brooks Wild.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Knights.
First down. Hodson to throw, has Bateman. Oh, just overthrew him. That whole side of the field, Moose, was empty. Max Bateman might be in the end zone if that's not a yard long.
So that I'm going to chalk up to not being together in the spring, not being together in the summer, because it's difficult. Every single receiver you have at this Lone Peak team, some of them are quick and shifty and fast. Some of them are possession receivers. They're all a little bit different. But Max Bateman's an elite receiver. If they can get their chemistry down, there's no saying the depth they can go in the playoffs with great chemistry between Bateman and Hodson.
Well, that's just a touch throw and just a step long. Nowhere to go here is, boy, I tell you what, Jaden Wright is having himself a bowl game as he stops that run in the backfield.
Man, great hit. The trick with defense is get them behind the sticks. If you can get TFLs, if you can get sacks, if you can do these things, it makes it so you know you can drop 8, cover your bases, and everything is good.
Third and long as that sun setting makes our view a little bit easier here, huh?
A little bit. That's a game changer for us up here.
3rd and 13. Hodson, just a 3-man rush here, stepping up, gonna try to pick it up with his feet. Hodson, eluding defenders. He'll pick up 11 here. Moose is gonna be a yard shy. Do you go for it here?
Oh, I would.
I would too.
I feel like a riverboat gambler Sataki when I'm up here in the booth. Just go for it, go for it, go for it. And I'm not seeing a puncher there yet. You got some big boys here at Lone Peak. Like number 70, my goodness gracious. He's just another Pay, Austin Pay. That kid's the future of this team. But there's so much size here against the quicker, faster Pleasant Grove defensive line.
By the way, Pay's just a sophomore. He's a youngin'. They got a bright future with him. 4th and 1 offense, gonna go for it. Boy, that snap low. Hodson able to get it, and that threw off everything. That low snap, and where they turn it over, Moose.
Well, that's the risk, and that's why I was saying you should always punt game. Always put the game in your punter's hands. That's how you win.
Yeah, we got some Lone Peak fans that probably aren't too happy with us right now. Want to thank our sponsors of Lone Peak Football here, ROI Solutions, professional call center solutions at prices you can afford. Sponsors here of Lone Peak Football. First down for Pleasant Grove.
PG has to get something going here this series. It's imperative.
Staffieri looking. Left side, that fit in, caught by Cottle, his first reception of the night. First down and more for the Vikings.
Well, that's something to get going right there.
Yes, it is.
Getting 11, 12 yards on your first play, that's huge. Cottle's a great receiver. There's so many that I can't highlight them all, to be honest with you, Dane. It's like watching BYU versus Southern Florida.
And it really is kind of pick your poison. We'll get into this after this play as a first down for the Vikings. That might be their longest play from the line of scrimmage here in the first half of this first quarter. Staffieri rolling to his right and has another completion. That one caught by Hale, and it's going to be gain of 9.
Lone Peak cannot let them get going if they want to win this game and not keep it tight. This is imperative that they stop them. It's always interesting to see the chess match that goes on each and every series. Sometimes you're setting a guy up for a future play, and both of these teams are smart enough to do those kind of smart plays in this game.
We talk about this receiving core for PG. Cottle, Hale, and McCoy, the 3 leading receivers, they all have over 300 yards receiving through 5 games. Great balance in terms of options. Is this one stepping up? Staffieri going to slide. He's going to be shy. He might have lost a yard on the play.
That makes it 3rd and about 2.
Yeah.
So PG, they don't really rely on their running game so much. They use quick passes, kind of a Mike Leach philosophy. Get it in the flats, get everything done. But when you don't have your go-to running back, this is the situation that becomes a little bit scary.
Yeah, where do you go here is they'll put Jaden Wright to the left. We got a change here. They're going to go Bronco Winterton here to take this snap. Winterton, how about a little Wildcat formation moves, huh? Love it, first down.
Giddy up, Bronco Winterton. I love to see it. I wouldn't have seen that. I haven't seen that on film of all the film I've watched of PG, but that's really good. Bronco Winterton's an interesting guy. He's actually named after Bronco Mendenhall.
Ah.
His dad's really good friends with the old ball coach from BYU.
And he's staying in here. They're leaving Staffieri here on the sideline. Look, wonder if you can maybe mix things up here and maybe make that Lone Peak defense a little less aggressive. They've been bringing a lot of pressure here early.
Now timeout from PG.
Yeah, I want to get on the same page here. So timeout. We'll take a moment here and just thank another sponsor of Lone Peak football, DR Horton. 2022 DR Horton is the state's premier builder of master planned communities, offering amenities like pools, clubhouses, integrated walking trails, sport courts, dog parks, play areas, and much more. With more than 300 communities built locally since 1992 and 18 communities now under construction, DR Horton is Utah's home builder. Start your new home search today at drhorton.com. Also want to thank doTERRA. doTERRA is a proud sponsor of Lone Peak football. doTERRA's products help athletes around the world maintain the highest level of health and wellness. Learn more about how you can up your health and wellness game at doTERRA.com. First down for PG, coming back from the timeout, and it will be Staffieri back on the field here for this first down play.
That's a good move by PG, showing that look, because now teams are going to have to prepare for it the rest of the year.
Yeah. Just at the start of region play. Pressure again. Staffieri looking end zone. Just overthrown. Was looking for McCoy. On a contact there, Moose.
Matthias may have gotten away with one there, but he did a good job using his hand fighting technique on the way down. These corners are asked to do a lot of man-to-man. They're putting them on an island, and it's going to be a little bit rough for them all night. They're really going to earn their money in this game. And I say that facetiously. None of these guys are getting paid, Dane, unfortunately.
Yeah, no NIL yet, but, you know, give it time. Give it time, Moose. Coach Bronkbeck raved about his secondaries. Quick throw here, caught out of play for Hale. Gain of about 7 on the completion.
So now we're back to that situation, the 3.5 yards, maybe 4. So do you go back to the Wildcat situation here, Dane?
I think it's too many yards. I probably wouldn't. But if you can pick up 2 or 3 and you got 4th and short, I think I'd roll it then.
Yeah, looks like they're keeping Staffieri out there. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do. They've got 2 backs in the backfield now.
Pressure, screen, set up. Oh, bounces off of one tackler in the open field. Touchdown, Pleasant Grove. Cannon Hale couldn't be stopped.
Wow, what a phenomenal play by Cannon Hale. He got stuck right there, and he stuck it to the Lone Peak defense, fighting for every yard. I love to see that, Dane.
Boy, how about the work there by Hale? He was hit. Looked like would have been stopped. Wasn't going to have it. Able to take it in.
Got to wrap up. That's the difference.
Point after up, point after good. 7 apiece. PG, Lone Peak, tied up. You're watching Lone Peak football on KSL Sports Rewind, only on KSLSports.com.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time. Courses on your time. Graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of VU.
Welcome back. Want to thank Burn Boot Camp. Burn Boot Camp transforms lives and communities through challenging 45-minute cardio and strength workouts that will leave you feeling stronger and more confident in all aspects of your life. Burn Boot Camp, a proud sponsor of Lone Peak football on KSL Sports Rewind.
If you did one of those boot camps, 45 minutes, I don't know if I'd feel stronger after that.
I wouldn't make it 45 seconds, Moose, much less 45 minutes.
I usually need to take a nap after getting up and walking to the fridge, let alone a full boot camp.
Yeah, we won't get into what happened pregame. As PG here to kick off. Good response from the Vikings. How about aggressive offenses on each side? We're going to have penalty flags here on Lone Peak, and it's going to negate a great return up the right side across midfield and out of play, but a penalty flag here is going to bring this back, Moose.
Selfish play right there, to be honest with you. Way outside. We saw what the ref saw. It was way beyond aggressive blocking.
You had a player down, and you kind of go right back at him into the ground. It's just one of those where you can't do it. Can't do it.
Not smart. Hopefully he learns from that. But that's going to negate a phenomenal return.
Yes. Yep.
The thing with Lone Peak and every kick return team, everyone needs to be on the same page. And like we said, that's a personal foul. Taking away 15 yards from a return that would have you on the opposite side of the field. That's a big, big penalty right there.
Yeah, they're fortunate they had such a nice return. Otherwise, they could have really been backed up.
Yeah, if it would have gone to the 25, you'd be starting at the 10. But now they're starting at about the opposite 40.
Yeah. They're still kind of talking here.
Yeah, plays like that grind my gears.
I'm guessing that Coach Walkenhurst here is asking if they can re-kick it, would be my guess.
I don't know if you can.
I don't know if you can either. I'm no rules expert. Yeah, it doesn't look like that'll be the case. And I'm just
Is it from
assuming.
the spot foul? Oh, that's a big foul. So instead of starting at the 37-38, you're starting at your own 25?
Yeah.
Bonehead play.
That's a big one. That is a big one. Lone P back at their own 25-yard line. Motion there from McChesney. Back to the ground. Wild trying to get outside. Wild up to the 33. And a nice tackle being made there by PG to prevent much more, but again, a 9.
Wild did a great job getting the edge right there. Sealing it was Austin Pay, but he is fast. Goodness gracious. Quick guy. I've heard he runs a 4.5. I haven't had that confirmed yet, but he is fast. He is quick. Quick is fast. Fast is quick. And smooth is fast with that young man.
Sets up a 2nd and 1 here for the Knights. This ground game's been having success. It's just 3 here for Wild, but enough to move the chains. First down.
Man, that's all you need. He's been doing a phenomenal job. Great back there, and he's just a junior.
Now he'll get a rest here on first down for the Knights. Been a quick first quarter. That clock ticking down inside of 3 to play here.
I hope they get Crew McChesney involved here. There's always good things when the ball ends up in his hands.
Hodson looking for Christensen. Caught, driven out of play, but a nice catch there by Cole. Gain of 6.
The hard thing with this Lone Peak offense, you got to pick your poison. There's Brooks coming down, running fast. You've got Crew. You've got Christensen. You've got Bateman. You can't box every single one of these kids. So one of them's going to be manned up. You got to find out which one it is quick and get the ball to him.
2nd down and 4 here for Lone Peak.
Second down 4, Knights.
PG showing pressure. And nowhere to go. Great job getting in the backfield. We've got some new numbers here, not on our roster. That was by number 13. Apologies we don't have him. We'll try to get that, but a loss for Wild on the play there. Bring up 3rd and long.
Coach Walkenhurst before the game, he's like, I love all my linebackers, love my D linemen. This is a group that I'm wanting to go to battle with. They've worked so hard in the weight room, and it's fun to see them finally getting together. Walking Horse, when he got the job last year, he only joined the team in May. He just had May, June, July, and good luck with all your sophomores and freshmen.
Big third down here for Lone Peak. Hodson looking, has a man caught. Boy, what a throw right over the linebacker Gates. And it's Robinson with his second reception of the day and a first down.
Man, Trey Robinson proving his worth tonight. Usually the three-headed monster is McChesney, Christensen, and Bateman. Now Robinson, he's saying, feed me.
Yeah.
He's got great hands. They're strong. He can pull the ball down. It's just one after another. You block one out, you get the next one.
First down, Hodson giving to Wild, trying that right side. Hit right past the line of scrimmage as he surges forward. Gain there of 6 as right in on another stop.
Wild is running wild now. My goodness gracious. He got hit pretty early and dragged a man the last few yards.
7-yard gain on the play. Second down, 3.
Second and short. Maybe the final play of this first quarter. Hodson looking to throw, has a man, trying deep, McChesney, and yep, there comes the flag. The hand kind of got held a little bit there. McChesney made it quite clear, and the penalty flag comes out.
Crew McChesney getting out there. You love to see the ball thrown at him. What a good kid, and that is what you get when you throw to Crew McChesney. You got to hold him, because if you don't, he's going for 6.
That'll be a 15-yarder from the line of scrimmage. We'll move this down inside the 25 to the 24. And Lone Peak moving the ball here well on this second drive. Their lone touchdown was a big play, Moose. This has been kind of sustained from the Knights here.
Yeah, very methodical drive. This is what you want to see from your offense. 12, 13-yard series moving down methodically down the field.
On first down, looking left side, and not a lot of room there, as that was Tua Wolfgren coming up to fill the hole. Loss of 1.
Yeah, Brooks Wild doing good, but Tua Wolfgram is nothing to mess with. Tua's been playing well all year long. Last week he had about 10 tackles. He is all over the field.
And that'll do it for the first quarter. 7 apiece, Lone Peak, PG tied up. You're watching Lone Peak football on KSL Sports Rewind on KSLSports.com.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Dane Stewart, Moose Bingham with you. Lone Peak facing second and long as they'll stay on the ground here. Gain of 4 on the run. And that, they were down there. Gain of 4.
Good run. You like to see that 4 yards, 3 yards. Eventually those 3 and 4 yards turn into 10, 12 touchdowns. That's what's nice. But this third and long, luckily Lone Peak has a good kicker in Ian Sanchez, so they feel confident kicking it from this distance and farther. We watched them hit a 50-plus yard field goal against Timpview, but we'll see what they do here, because if this game gets really tight, it may come down to the kickers.
I formation here for Hodson, 3rd and 9. PG, a lot of guys in the box. Hodson, time, looking over the middle, broken up Boy, great closeout by Bronco Winterton.
Oh, Bronco stampeding over there. Great job, my goodness. And that'll bring on Ian Sanchez for the field goal.
That's a big deflection there for Winterton, as it looked like Christensen maybe had that step and Bronco able to take it away.
Bronco could have had a pick there as well.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. You're just like, you're lucky that wasn't a pick.
This will be a 40-yard field goal for Sanchez, trying to give Lone Peak the lead back here early in the second quarter. Kick is up, and this is good. Yes, it is.
You got to say that with a little more gusto. It's good.
Well, I was waiting for the officials to come out all confident. They were kind of like, yes. And so my timing got thrown off, Moose. That's on me.
Yeah, there was some pressure there. Ian did a great job hitting that ball, trusting his holder. Ball got down a little bit late. There was pressure off the edge, but you've got about 1.3 to 4 seconds to get that ball off. Great job by Ian Sanchez right there.
Want to thank our sponsors of Lone Peak Football, Summit Foot and Ankle. Summit Foot and Ankle wants to empower your peak performance. Foot pain isn't normal. Rise above the pain at summitfootankle.com. Also want to thank Black Desert Resort, remarkable within reach, and Velocirax. Bring them all. Sponsors of Lone Peak Football here on KSL Sports Rewind.
Bring them all.
Bring them all.
Bring them all where? Let's bring them all.
Bring them all.
I like it. Velocirax. Going wherever everybody is.
I'll tell you, man. I'm all in on that one. Kick, angled, returnable from the 4. Here come the Vikings looking up that right side. Gang tackled about the 25-yard line. And we'll see PG come back out.
So PG can take the lead here, which is really cool. But they need a sustained drive. They're not going to run the ball very much, but they've had success attacking Lone Peak. In the flats, they've had a little success going at the sidelines, going at the edges. And we've seen them do this, going at the edges, going at the flats, going at the sidelines, and they have lots of success. Let's see what they do now. Nick has to get back there, though, to the right spot.
Yeah, to your point, we really haven't seen them attack the middle of the field yet. 5 receivers here for the Vikings. Staffieri, linebackers coming. Nick evading it. He's got a man. He finds, just off the fingertips of Frankham. He was open and had no one to stop him.
He tried to Odell Beckham that ball. His receiving coach is not going to be happy about that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lord gave you 2 hands. Use them both when you're catching the football.
I actually thought that was a tough one to get 2 hands on, personally. I thought that was a step out in front of him. I don't know that he could have gotten 2, Moose.
Well, that's why I'm not a receiver. Dane has these eagle eyes up there. He's probably right.
Eagle eyes are watching you, Vint. No?
Eagle eyes are watching you.
Have you not heard that song?
No.
Eagle eyes are watching you.
Nope.
They see your every... No?
That's a solid no for me. Sorry, Dan.
That's an 80s classic right there. That's like driving around with a mom in the minivan when you're 8 years old and you hear that bad boy.
I was born in the 90s, Dan.
All right, well, I'm old. I learned that today when I made an Ace Ventura reference and no one got it. 2nd and 10. Staffieri looking near side, caught to the 31. A nice reception made again there by Cannon Hale.
Staffieri does a great job rolling out, finding his man. He seems more confident, not just sitting in the box, but rolling out and finding his man, which is nice. But Staffieri has control of this offense. Last year he was switching off with another quarterback that's at AF now, but he is the man, the myth, the legend for the PG Vikings right now.
He's got a 3rd and 5 to try to figure out here. Lone Peak, boy, those corners. Coach Brockbank talked about it. We're going to try to play tight coverage, and it will force PG here to take a timeout. They want to get this right on 3rd down. You're watching Lone Peak football. We'll step aside, take a break. Be back with 3rd down after this.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of VIEW.
Welcome back. And, you know, Moose is a great fact checker. It's not eagle eyes, it's lion eyes are watching you. And
lion eyes are watching me. That's even scarier.
I want to move past it.
Okay.
3rd and 5. Trips to the top of the screen. Staffieri. Whistles, movement. And this will back up PG.
That's rough 5-yard penalty right there. Because 3rd and 5 is manageable. 3rd and 10, oof. You know you're doing deep outs. The cornerbacks have a little more time to keep everything underneath them. And this is where you got to start throwing some strikes.
Well, and especially where Lone Peak has been bringing guys snap after snap. It's forced Staffieri to be on the run. He's had to get rid of it a little bit quicker. And now you got to do that with 10 to go.
Yeah, this isn't a Temp View O-line. These guys are good, but they're not Spencer Fano and Eli and all these other guys. But they're doing a great job against this ferocious Lone Peak defense.
Nick on 3rd down. Lone Peak just bringing 4. Looking for the screen, and they won't get it. Great job coming back to it, as it was Fihi Monga coming to make the stop for Lone Peak.
Fihi's doing really good, just a sophomore. It seems like every week I see a new 99 that I like at D-tackle. Brighton's D-tackle. Every team has a 99 that's a sophomore D-tackle that I just love to watch. And Fihi, brilliant play. He might have a 35 on the ACT as well after that play.
It's a loss of a couple on the play. Will bring up 4th down, and PG here will punt.
Will Franken in punting position for.
I've been liking Will's first punt. Let's see if he can have a follow-up performance.
He had a boomer.
Ooh.
I don't know, Moose. This guy maybe needs to be on your radar. Not fielded at the 29, and we'll get flags here on the return. Oh boy, and Christensen went down awkwardly. He's up. Good to see he's okay, but flag here will bring it back.
Man, Coach Denny, he's over special teams. He is going to be throwing clipboards left and right tomorrow.
Yeah.
You can't have that. They've had 30 yards of penalties on special teams. That's the difference between touchdowns and field goals. And I love field goals as much as the next guy, probably even more. But if you're going to win against Pleasant Grove, you have to get in the end zone.
10-yard penalty from the spot.
That is a costly one.
Starting field position gets worse and worse for Lone Peak each series, it's seeming like.
Yeah.
Last time they were at the 25, now they're at the 19.
1st and 10, Knights.
9:33 to go here. First half, 10-7. Lone Peak. Hodson will throw on 1st down. Looking up the sideline, has a man in McChesney to the 20. 10-5 touchdown.
Crew McChesney again. You'll love to see it. He was going so fast, he could look behind him. My goodness gracious. Love it, Crew McChesney. Crew McChesney, the BYU baseball commit, is making Kalani Sitake think twice about not offering him each and every week.
Did he give a wave?
He did.
Okay.
And I loved it.
I thought he might have.
I don't know if it was a wave. It was kind of a coy glance.
I thought I might have saw that hand come up a
He's
little
like,
bit.
God, don't get the penalty.
Oh, man, an 81-yard touchdown. How about the throw from Hodson? Week 1 feels like it's years ago as the point after up and good. 17-7 Lone Peak.
Wow. Crew McChesney, he is faster than fast, quicker than quick. And when you get him manned up, throw up the ball and your prayer will be answered.
Well, that's a statement right there. How about, speaking of statements, how about statements from some of our sponsors, Renuvi? Do you have unresolved back pain from a herniated disc, or does pain in your knees prevent you from being as active as you want to be?
Yes.
Non-surgical, regenerative spine and joint therapies from Renuvi can repair damaged tissue, relieve your pain, and restore your active lifestyle. Go to Renuvi.com to set up a free virtual consultation with one of their qualified physicians. Your pain doesn't have to be managed. It can be solved at Renuvi.com.
That was just such an amazing touchdown, Dane.
What a throw by Hodson, huh?
Yeah, it was a moonbeam up there.
Wow.
Coming up, scratching the surface of the moon, and landing right in the Irish hands of McChesney.
Kick away, angled again. It will be returnable. Up the right side, here comes Frankham. He's had a nice return game today to the 24 this time.
Ian Sanchez has the leg to kick it deep into the end zone, but if you can get guys below the 20, other teams below the 20, their statistical likelihood of scoring a touchdown goes down by 8% for those 5 yards and 1% every yard after that.
There's analytics ruining sports again. Credit B Moose 90. Moose think
ruining sports.
I couldn't resist, Moose.
Me and Nick Stafford are going to have a word with you after this.
Look, I'm a data guy, right? I'm all in on it. I just couldn't resist.
I'm not. I'm a feelings guy, to be honest with you.
First and 10, Staffieri rolling to his left. Dumps this off, takes the hit after he had gotten rid of it. Legal hit as this up the sideline. Gain of 6 there on the reception for Wade Christensen.
This PG team is attacking Lone Peak perfectly. But it's interesting, every time you see Lone Peak out there, there's bodies flying left, bodies flying right. They might not be, they're kind of a no-name defense, but they fly around like they are all-name defense.
You know, on Rewind this last week, Dustin and I were talking about names to keep eyes on for Offensive Defensive Player of the Years. We said for Lone Peak, there really isn't one. There's 11 because they do play as a unit. They don't have the John Henry Daly or the Michael Daly. They've got a whole cast. Is this thrown into the flat, caught there by Hale? He'll take it up first down for PG.
Yeah, the last few years, Lone Peak, John Henry Daly, JHD, they had the safety that went to Utah. They've had dudes. Nate Ritchie. I just refer to him as the greatest kicker in the state that year.
He did everything. Literally, like, I don't know if I've seen an athlete contribute in more, like, maybe Britton Covey.
No,
other than that,
Britton couldn't kick, so we're not going to give it to him.
All right, yeah, Nate Ritchie. There you go. There you go. First down. 5 wide again here for Staffieri. Lone Peak bring in one of those linebackers. Is Hale with the reception, brought down immediately. Lone Peak has actually tackled really well in this first half. There have not been a lot of missed tackles.
I wonder what Denny did between week 1 and now, because week 1 they're missing tackles, they're missing assignments. Now they are flowing as a group. They're doing everything right, and it's hard to get momentum going, as PG can tell you when things like this are happening.
It was one of the things Coach Brockbank talked about. He said, look, week 1, we probably didn't trust each other very well. We kind of went back to basics. You talked about it, Moose. Defense kind of came together. Now they're trusting guys. They're filling their roles, and boy, it looks completely different. Lone Peak bringing the house here. Staffieri able to run around and looking downfield, and boy, caught. Ran out of room, did Mekhi Peterson.
Wow.
Nice catch.
Mekhi Peterson had nothing but green grass. He was trying to slow down, but he had some Wile E. Coyote going out of bounds. Just couldn't quite get his feet under him. But what a great job by Nick Staffieri. Wow. He had not one guy after him, but it seemed like 11.
Think about how close PG has been to some big plays. There's one. Remember, they had the one just beyond the reach of Frankham. Been right there, as again, out to the flat here quickly for McCoy, trying to work around that block, able to pick up about 8 yards on the reception.
I really like Coach Walkenhorst and what he's instilled in these young men. That program was in the dumps when he took over.
Yeah, it was rough.
I was like, this is not the PG I'm used to. I'm used to Dallas Lloyd, Brian Sampson, Joe Kruger, and even Jensen, who's at USC.
Yeah, Jake Jensen.
Yeah, that's Wyatt Daw. But
second down, Staffieri looking up the sideline. What a grab. Did he get his feet in? No, he did not. Incomplete. But my goodness, A for effort there for Cale McCoy.
Cale McCoy looks like he wanted to argue that one.
Yeah.
He's like, I got my foot in. Where's the instant replay? We got to talk to the Utah High School Athletic Association to getting pylon cams, instant replay, and someone in the booth.
That was extremely close.
With my eagle eyes, I call it from here a catch.
He's thinking the refs have lion eyes on that one, but it's
the
incomplete.
lion eyes
3rd
are
and 3. Bunch formation and a flag.
Penalty.
It's on the defense.
Wow, offside.
Offside against Lone
So
Peak.
that will give the first down here to PG.
Not usually how you want it, but
No.
you got it.
First down for the Vikings.
We're
This
just
is-
getting another look here. Yeah, it's hard to see, but man, that's a heck of a
I saw
of
it.
an
It's a
attempt.
catch. He got robbed. Goodness. All of our millions and millions of fans
Yeah.
agree with me.
First down. Oh, how about a little designed run to the back here? Maybe the first time tonight is right. Able to run ahead for a burst of 6.
Kyle West and Seth Dahl on the stop. That 6-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 4.
You don't see many running plays from this PG team, and it almost takes you off guard when it does because this D-line's just pinned their ears back and went after the quarterback.
Staffieri, quick throw. Caught, hit immediately. Frankham had the reception, but boy, heat-seeking missile there as Nawahine coming up to make the stop.
Oh my gosh. Matthias, wow. Getting her done. That's how you need to tackle if you're a defensive back. Flying up the field with no regard for human life.
Just a junior.
Every time you hear junior, I just think just a junior bacon cheeseburger. A junior.
3rd down for PG. They've got to get to the 19. Ball's out quickly, and it's deflected, nearly intercepted, was trying for Brown.
Pass is broken up and
And just jarred loose by that Lone Peak secondary.
That was the perfect look, perfect play, and the defensive backs are coming with reckless regard for human life.
Yeah.
They are not allowing catches, and that's what you want to see. Now, if you're the kicker, you get in the coach's ear saying, hey, let's kick here. Timeout by PG to talk it over.
Yeah, another timeout. We will step aside. You're watching Lone Peak football on KSL Sports Rewind, only on KSLSports.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back. Want to thank Tech 9 for their sponsorship of Lone Peak football. With Tech 9, or Tech Happily with Tech 9, where Utah goes for custom software developments. Another proud sponsor here of Lone Peak football. And Stephanie Clark at Berkshire Hathaway, Utah's premier real estate professional. If you have any real estate needs, contact Stephanie Clark with Berkshire Hathaway. 4th down, PG, offense on the field, option. Kept by Staffieri. Boy, this is going to be close moves. I think he's short.
Oh, man.
Needed another yard, and they will turn it over on down. So Lone Peak defense coming up with a stop.
Great call, great moves. Just a yard short. That's rough. And you never want to be short of the sticks. And you never want to be short of 6 foot. We're 0 for 2 for that on tonight, Dane.
Yeah, tough one there. Boy, it looked like he maybe had an opportunity, just missed it. And now if you're Lone Peak, look, how about their 2 touchdowns tonight, both been big plays. They did have kind of a sustained drive, ended in a field goal. But this offense They've got time here to expand this thing. 6:42 left here in the opening half.
Yeah. The score is a little different than what the game and what I'm seeing. It's pretty even, to be honest with you.
Hodson, he's got another single coverage working. Top of the screen, incomplete. And no flag on this play. And I think a good no call there. As McCoy was in coverage. You know, this has been a bit of a one-sided series, Moose, when you look at it. Lone Peak 21-5 against Pleasant Grove over the course of these two programs. PG has lost 10 straight, but they've had 4 of those have been within 10 points. So they've had competitive games, they just haven't been able to get over it. 2012, the last win for PG over Lone Peak.
Wow.
Kept here by Hodson, navigating through the lanes, picking up 9.
2012.
2012. That was that team, right?
Nope, that was the 10 team.
Okay.
That would have been like Austin Holt, Austin, what's his name? It would have been Nate Sampson's year.
Okay.
Nate Sampson would have been playing at PG in 2012. Wow, blast from the past right there.
Yeah, the last win was 26-24. There's another keep here by Hodson as he takes a couple licks, but has enough for the first downs. It'll move the sticks.
Hodson does a great job on the ground, and he's thick. He's a big boy, has big legs, and likes to drive people. But those hits, you don't want to take too many of them at night.
Ball spotted at the 32 here for the Knights. Inside of 6 to go here in our first half. Hodson checking to the sideline here for the call. All 3 timeouts still for Lone Peak. None left for PG. Hodson looking near side. There's Crew. Burst of speed. Has a pickup of 13 and a first down.
Oh, man. 2 Vikings ran into each other. But good things happen when you throw the ball to Crew McChesney. Going into this season, I had him rated as my #1 wide receiver because when they started attacking Crew against Corner Canyon last year, that was the difference between Corner Canyon and Lone Peak was Crew McChesney.
Yeah, there was no stopping McChesney. That, and I, again, designed run here for Hodson and PG. Boy, you talk about the physicality of Caden. How about that run? Looked like didn't have anywhere to go, and next thing you know, he's up the field 9 yards.
You don't often see the quarterback bounce it on an A-gap run.
Yeah.
But he saw something no one else did. He saw that he's an athlete, and he's like, PG's been attacking the edges, why can't I?
And we had a face mask penalty afterwards, so they'll tack on yardage. Big play there for Lone Peak as this will move it down to the 33.
Hodson, phenomenal baseball player. Wasn't expecting to play football at all this year until about July.
Yeah.
When they came to him and said, please come back. He's like, heck, you guys won his title last year. Maybe we can do that again. Let's run it back.
I'm a little offended. They didn't ask me to come play quarterback.
Your eligibility's
better
up.
anyway.
Or else they would.
First down, Hodson. Little dump off. Here's Bateman. Bateman, just couldn't get out of that tackle.
Just got snared around the ankles. That's a tough thing when you're a big tight end. Not many people want to go big on big with you, go head up, but they'll go for your ankles all day, every day, and twice on Sunday.
Tua there with the tackle. Gain of 8 for Bateman. That was one of the pieces. We talked about it earlier. Coach Brockbank said, we want to get Bateman the ball more.
Yeah.
Look for him a couple times tonight.
He was a missing piece when we watched TimView. I was like, is Bateman hurt? What's going on here?
Second and short. Oh, boy, movement. PG. I don't think they came across. No, they did not. Yeah.
Penalty is false start.
So this will back up the Knights. Rather than a 2nd and 2, it'll be 2nd and 7. Lone Peak, the offense has really been good. Had the turnover on downs, had the interception. Other than that, they've been able to move the ball pretty well. High formation. keeping on the ground here. Pickup of about 3 on the run.
So now you're playing the chess game with the clock. There's always 2 or 3 opponents on the field. It's not just the guy lined up across from you. There's always the zebras, and there's the clock as well. So you got to be mindful of who you're playing and who's your opponent. Right now it's the clock, the zebras, and the Vikings.
Moose is just destroying relationships here left and right.
I like to burn bridges everywhere I go, Dave.
You're doing a great job. Great job.
Just kidding.
3rd
we
and
love
4.
the refs, not the clock, though.
Couldn't play without him. 3rd and 4. Hodson, play action. Trying. Boy, yeah, kind of got caught. Good coverage down the field. You could see he wanted that throw, I think, to Jethro Johnson, but it was defended well. Didn't have the run. Well executed defensively there by PG.
You could tell he wanted to run it, too.
Yeah.
He was about to get up, gallop, and go. But good job getting rid of it. Let's see if they're going to bring a field goal out here. Looks like no.
They're not. I'm kind of surprised. I thought they would.
Oh, Ian Sanchez has to be ticked about that one.
I think it kind of, look, maybe they have that much confidence in how their defense has played here in this first half. 4th and 4. Lone Peak offense going to go for it. PG bringing pressure with Wolfgram. Hodson able to slip through it. Has to get to the 23 and has it. First down, Lone Peak. Caden Hodson recognizes the pressure and takes care of it. And we're going to get flags here after the play. And this might go against Lone Peak.
My goodness.
Gaden right with the stop for the Vikings.
I didn't see it.
Would have had the first down. Still will, because I think it'll be a dead ball penalty. But boy, rather than having it inside the 20, this is going to bring it back.
That honestly might be advantageous for them, to be honest with you, Dane, because you got to get more time off the clock. You don't want to leave PG with much, but you hate to see this. This is the 2nd personal foul on a usually composed, calm, cool, collected Lone Peak team.
Yeah, it will be a first down because it was a dead ball, but it backs them to the 35. So to your point, they are playing the clock, 2:45 to go, clock's moving. So just a little more time to take off. But look, some uncustomary penalties from Lone Peak tonight. Pistol formation to the ground. Wild finding a lane. Brooks inside the 30 to 28.
My goodness. It's like watching Donnie Thornberry out there from the Wild Thornberries. Just, and he's just getting down the field. I love to see it.
I tell you, things are getting chippy.
They are.
Because there was another one there where there was a player kind of pointing to the officials, hey, you going to call that? And on the way back to huddles, some respective bumper-to-bumper traffic there.
For all the teasings I do with the officials, they're actually doing a great job tonight.
I think they're doing a great job tonight. I don't know if they've missed a call from my perspective, 2nd and short. I'm sure I have some parent there yelling at me as movement again here up front for Lone Peak will back them up again. My goodness, this drive. Penalty yards. Not
going
helping.
the wrong way. Goodness, Lone Peak, it feels like they've got to be coming up on almost 100 penalty yards is what it feels like. I know
feels
it's
like
probably
it.
not actual.
I bet it's 70 at least.
Coach Brockbank's not going to be happy about that. Clipboards will be flying, backpacks, who knows?
Look, you better get him out this week because next week you go 2AF, and that's not going to work out very well if you're playing the Cavemen.
Yeah, Cavemen have Corner Canyon tonight. Here and there starting Champ Edwards at quarterback. The former Corner Canyon player.
Yeah. Corner Canyon trying to get back on the winning side of things after that loss last week to Lehigh. 2nd and 8. Hodson looking for points. Oh, right through the fingertips. He had Cole Christensen, and he had a turnaround late, Moose, and it maybe disrupted the catch.
Oh, my goodness. He is like a contortionist out there moving his body. Did a great job, gave himself a chance, and right through his fingers.
Yeah. Opportunity left on the field. It'll be 3rd and 8 here for the Knights.
3rd down and 8 for the Knights.
This is a huge third down. If you can go in 24-7.
Yeah.
Wow.
A little screen. Christensen up to the 29. Actually, they'll say the 30. Gain of just 3. Fourth down here for Lone Peak. Moose, you're a kicker. Are you kicking this one?
Oh, you're always kicking this one, but I think they're going to go for it. They're taking too much time talking about it.
Why do you feel Lone Peak's been this aggressive tonight?
Well, kicking a field goal here, it puts you up 20-7. That's not a great up because you're still a 3-possession game at that point. You have to take a touchdown here because 24 is a huge difference in points.
Kyle Whittingham disagrees. 4th and 5. PG showing pressure.
Maybe trying to get him off sides. We'll see.
That does appear to be the case. Lone Peak here will take a timeout. Timeout, Lone Peak. We'll step aside, have 4th down. When we come back, you're watching Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science on KSLSports.com.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time. Courses on your time. Graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of View.
4th down.
No kicker, Dane.
No.
Hurting my little special teams heart.
4th down and 5 for the Knights.
The Moose Bingham's of the world are
furious.
Being isolated to kickoffs here.
That's all right.
Gotta get to the 25. Hodson rolling, throwing one up. We're gonna get penalty flags here on the play. That was one that there was contact down the field. We'll have to see kind of where this is gonna go. Lone Peak was indicating it should be in their favor. We'll see if that's the case.
The thing is, if you do go for it on 4th, whoever's blocking the A gap, don't let someone through the A gap.
Hodson was backtracking immediately.
Hodson's like, oh crap, here we go. My goodness.
It was everything he could do to just get rid of that ball and nearly completed to Christensen. It is a penalty on PG. It's a holding penalty, so that will move the chains. 1st down here for the Knights.
Oh, fortuitous for the Lone Peak Knights. And they've taken this drive. There was about 6 minutes left. Now there's 49 seconds.
I think it was 6:48-ish.
Talk about bleeding the clock. They won that battle.
Yes, they have. 1st down, Lone Peak at the 20.
Mike LeBaron with State Farm Insurance.
Running the ball, not a lot of room there. Wolfgram in on the stop.
Now's the time you can take some shots too, because PG doesn't have any timeouts. But Lone Peak does, and they're taking one.
Yeah, they're going to take one here. Stop the clock. 38 seconds left. We'll step aside. We'll be back after this.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time. Courses on your time. Graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of View.
Pick up your
Welcome back. Knight Stadium.
For adults and kids, as well as our new stock of hats and
Lone Peak
and other awesome merchandise.
Has not trailed tonight.
You can find them at the apparel.
Are looking for their largest, well, had their largest lead, looking to expand upon their largest lead.
2nd down and
big 2nd down. Here we go. And they've got trips up top. Should be a good throw here.
They've always kind of come away from that. Hodson didn't like the look, keeps it. Going to be stopped here, no gain. In fact, they'll say loss of half a yard, clock inside of 30 seconds. It will be 3rd down and another timeout taken here by Lone Peak. Moose, let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
Of course, I don't know if you knew this, but the RPI came out this week.
Oh, I have a bone to pick with whoever puts that together. Each and every time, I'm like,
it's called math. It's called math. So
I can't even spell that, let alone look at it.
RPI came out. Let me tell you what you think of these top 5.
Okay.
At number 6A RPI. At
Gotcha.
number 5, Farmington. Number 4, AF. Number 3, Pleasant Grove. Number 2, Lone Peak. Number 1, Skyridge.
Corner Canyon's not in the top 5?
6.
Yeah. So I think there's some human error in that math going on.
There's no human interaction.
There needs to be.
I was surprised, and I'm not saying it's.
Last year they had Mountain Ridge as number 1 ahead of Corner Canyon, and I was like, I don't know about that one.
3rd and 11. So you got Moose's thoughts there. 3rd and 11. Caught. McChesney will get out, stop the clock here with 20 seconds left. Only picked up 3 yards, so we'll have a 4th and 8 here, and now
it's a field goal.
Yeah. A drive that's taken 6.5 minutes with a chance to end here for points.
That's got to be hard for the big brain on the other side, Nick Stafford. Just frustrating. He's like, you got to give me a shot, coach.
Spencer Bates will snap.
35-yard field goal here for Sanchez. And, boy, going to take it. Christensen trying to get the first down. Has it to the 9-yard line. My goodness. I don't know if that was called.
No.
But I think he sees that end crashing and knows I can use my speed.
So everyone's like, you got to have a backup quarterback in there. Oh,
they're going to spike it here. That was not Hodson, by the way. That was the kicker. How about Sanchez?
Love it.
Of course, we have a flag here. Be interesting to see what this call is. But, boy, so much going on there.
Whoa, special teams. If you love special teams, tune in right now because that was amazing. So what I love by Christensen, he saw the breaking down, and he chose to pull that. He's like, this is about to get blocked. Let's go. Let's give our guys one more shot. You can get 2 plays in here. If he doesn't get this touchdown, you can definitely get one more field goal.
Well, yeah, they winded the clock. I don't think Lone Peak knows it. They're going to run out of the half.
Oh,
they don't get the snap off. They wind the clock. They had no timeouts, and the half comes to a close with no points for Lone Peak.
That's the hard thing. You don't have the scoreboard on this
it's
side.
behind you.
It's behind you.
Yep.
Sometimes you need eyes in the back of your head, but way good special teams play by Christensen right there. And it's sad when you don't kick the field goal, but the coaches are looking for explanation. They're not going to win this with PG already off the field.
You can say good special teams play, but you come away with no points. PG, it might not have been pretty, but it got the job done. 17-7. Lone Peak leading PG at the break. You're watching Lone Peak football on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I loved the atmosphere at Skin Science. It was easy to make friends. The instructors actually form relationships with you, which is one of my favorite parts. It's a fun place to be, especially when you're there for 8 or 16 months. I actually miss it now.
Skin Science does a phenomenal job on providing students the foundation they need to be able to jump into a career in medical aesthetics. During their internship at Arlani, they can expect to assist the practitioners with all things injectable, such as Botox and dermal fillers. They assist with all of our medical facial procedures and then also with our body contouring procedures.
I would 100% recommend Skin Science Institute to anyone that's looking for an aesthetics program. I did not attend Skin Science Institute, but having worked here and seen how the staff and instructors care about their students and want to watch them grow and succeed, we are dedicated to helping our students feel confident in every service that they perform.
Welcome back. Start of the second half. tight stadium. Lone Peak leading Pleasant Grove 17-7. Dane Stewart, Moose Bingham with you. Moose, first half. Lone Peak moved the ball. PG had moments, just couldn't capitalize on some of their opportunities, and that's really the difference here at the break.
Yeah, it's still a 10-point game. Woo, big kickoff. Well out of the end zone, about 5 yards. Is that Justin Sorensen out there? Goodness gracious. But big kick, good job Ian Sanchez. But yeah, it's still just a 10-point game. The Pleasant Grove Vikings, they still are in this game. They've got great coaches, will make great halftime adjustments. But that's the thing I like about Region 4. All these teams have phenomenal coaches, NFL experience, college experience. This isn't a ragtag team of team dads. This is a legit coaching staff for both sides, Dane.
PG, Nick Staffieri, first half. Had some nice plays, had some good throws. They'll start on the ground here in half number 2, not much there. And really, Moose, that's kind of been the story. This Lone Peak defense is just not giving up big plays.
No, they're keeping everything in front of them, but they're aggressive. The one surprising thing for me with Lone Peak was the personal fouls.
Yeah.
And the kind of inability to hold their water. But I feel like they had a talking to, and this should be a different half for both teams.
2nd and 10. PG really has found success in kind of that 8 to 13 yard out route type plays. This one thrown, nobody there. Pressure again on Staffieri, had to get rid of it, and really Lone Peak, they have lived in the backfield. That time it was Luke Smith.
Lone Peak doing a great job getting out of Staffieri. When Staffieri's on the run, he's doing a couple things I really like and a couple things I don't like. On that last throw, he did a good job getting it out, but when he tries to force it, that becomes dangerous. But when you're down by 10, you have to try to make a play, make something happen, and that's when this Lone Peak defense will take advantage of you.
It's another 3rd and long for the Vikings. Staffieri looking to throw, trying far line, and that incomplete as a penalty flag here in the backfield. Coming in on the play was intended for Cannon Hill, and we'll see what the call is. Initial indication appears to be on Lone Peak.
Staffieri's been hit left and right. He looks like a prize fighter out there, just taking hit after hit after hit. But he does a good job staying in there and getting those 15 yards. You can get yards throwing, you can get yards running, but sometimes you got to get it through penalty yards before you get the other 2.
And that was the call, roughing the passer. So 15 yards here. Another penalty on Lone Peak. Moose will give PG the first down.
Lone Peak can't be doing this the rest of region.
Yeah. Staffieri looking off target, was looking for Hale, and that was high and shallow of Cannon.
Yeah. They did a great job boxing. What's cool about this Lone Peak defense is the flow to where Staffieri's going. He's not going to take a dangerous throw thrown across his body, and Lone Peak knows that. So they just flow with him now wherever he's going, and they gain ground, making sure that they can get after it.
2nd down. And movement will back up the Vikings.
The defensive line for Lone Peak celebrating right there, saying, hey, we didn't jump, we did it. Let's go.
Well, and some of that has to be because of the pressure they've gotten in the backfield, right? Be it the run or be it pressure on Staffieri. I think this offensive line knows Lone Peak has brought a lot of heat tonight. Little screen play. All blocks set up. Pleasant Grove with their biggest play of the night. Here's Wade Christensen across midfield inside the 40 to the 39. First down for PG.
Great play, and that's what you got to do to counteract aggressive defenses.
Yes.
If you're really getting after, if you can set up a screen, if you can get a blocker, and if the running back stayed behind the blocker, that was going for 6. But he decided to get a little fancy to get outside. This is a great, great call by Walking Horse and his staff.
That can be a big play. I mean, all of a sudden you get on the plus side of the 50, you get a little bit of momentum, start feeling good. Bunch formation here to the bottom of the screen. Another screen, and that incomplete as that pass sailed, intended for Cale McCoy.
Is incomplete.
He was a little jacked up on that throw,
Yeah.
getting really excited, and let it sail away. But still on the positive side of the field, still good things happening, and that's what you like to see.
That one, I don't want to say you got to be careful of it. Almost a backward passes, and then it's a live football. It had enough to get out of play, but if you're going to throw those screens, got to be mindful kind of where that setup is. 2nd and 10 here. Back to the ground and not much there. Boy, I'll tell you what, got met in the backfield. Jaden Wright bouncing off tacklers.
Celebrate, 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 Jaden Wright. You deserve it after that hit. Always cool to see this Lone Peak defense. Coach Denny does a phenomenal job year in, year out. It doesn't matter if he has the top rusher. It doesn't matter if he has the top safety. All that matters is he has a group of guys that he gets to believe in his system, and they ball out year in and year out.
Hit the quarterback early and often, and sometimes the running back. 3rd and 10. Pressure coming from Lone Peak. Staffieri has a man behind the defense and couldn't get it there. The pressure makes him kind of throw off his back foot, leaves it shallow.
Yeah, the running back stuck his nose in a blocker. I don't know if he's going to do that too many more times because these guys are coming off the edge fast. They're coming up the middle fast. They're going everywhere fast. This is a speed defense. They don't have the biggest guys, but they have speed everywhere.
And just another example, look, we're going to let our corners make plays. We're going to trust them one-on-one. We're going to bring extra guys on the QB, make them get rid of it early, and PG's not been able to consistently beat that.
Yeah.
4th down.
Now we bring out the punter.
Yeah.
Could be some trickery, but I doubt it.
I doubt it. 4th and 10 here. Indeed, they will kick it away.
Didn't come off his foot quite right. He's a left-footed kicker. It popped right outside, and you saw the rotation of the ball. So there were 2 things that happened there. His elbow wasn't fully extended. He was a little bit short, which caused him to hit the ball not clean. And you see that end over end instead of the nice spiral that we're used to seeing from him.
I want to thank sponsors that make Lone Peak football on KSL Sports Rewind possible. RealCo, your one-stop janitorial shop. Also want to thank ROI Solutions, professional call center solutions at prices you can afford. Thanks to ROI Solutions and RealCo for their sponsorship of Lone Peak football on KSL Sports Rewind. 1st and 10, Lone Peak. They'll go on the ground here, 1st down, not a lot of room to work.
This PG defense I've been really impressed with. They're very similar to Lone Peak. They've given a couple big plays, but not much.
Yeah.
Without the 2 touchdowns, one to Crew McChesney and the other to Trey Robinson, this game is even.
Yeah.
That's the difference, the explosive plays. That's what you look for in college, that's what you look for in high school. But that's been the difference in this game, those 2 plays.
PG backing off there. Thrown wide, caught. McChesney has the first.
I feel like the defensive staff got together and they're like, look, I don't care if they get 10 yards. I don't care if they get 15. We can't give these deep touchdowns.
Yeah.
We need our safeties to be deepest of the deep. We need our corners to be widest of the wide. Let's make sure that we have this cover 2 shell taken care of, that they can't beat us over the top, because they have 5 guys that can do it, and all of us have to be aware. So they're in their bend, don't break mode if you're watching for this Viking defense.
It's been that way all night. As Lone Peak on the ground, right up the middle. Wild, boy, jammed after a gain of about 8 on the carry. Oh, let's say 7 here for Brooks.
Wild got jammed, but he was still fighting for yards.
Yeah.
That's what you love about Wild, is he has just got 2 little pistons under him. Just bop, 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 getting down and down and down the field. Bronco Winterton coming and making that tackle. I played with Winterton at Snow College. There's a ton of them around, and they're all at PG, it seems.
And this is a 2nd and 3, and Lone Peak's been in this position a lot. You taking a shot here, Moose?
I'm running it.
Boy, that throw caught by Christensen, and boy, that was one that you saw 24 come bursting in there quickly. Just couldn't quite get there. But it's a 1st down for Lone Peak.
All the defensive backs have gotten a lot more aggressive.
Yeah.
Back when I played, it was a little bit of patty cake, Baker's man. Now you're getting hit in the face as fast as you can. My goodness gracious.
It's good thing they wear helmets, eh?
Yep. It's a contact sport, ladies
Yes,
and
it
gentlemen.
is. First down. Wild. Wrapped up. Gain of just 1 is
The give is to Brooks Wild.
a quick tackle made again there by PG.
Looks like we might have a Viking down.
Yeah. A little slow to get up there.
Officials
Appears to be
timeout.
number 45. That's Dawson Gillen, the senior, trying to work his way off, but he's going to need some assistance. We'll step aside here for the injury. Be back. You're watching Lone Peak Football, presented by Skin Science on KSLSports.com.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Welcome back. 2nd and 9 here for the Knights.
2nd down 9 for the Knights.
Hodson. That one scooped up by Christensen. Has a quartet of Vikings, and Cole able to move the pile ahead for a first down.
Okay, Cole. Man,
How about
Cole
that, huh?
Christensen. He's fighting. He's a little fighter out there. Gets the first down, making his quarterback look good and gaining trust of everyone in the crowd. You'll love to see it. Cole Christensen has played a phenomenal game. He's a smart holder. He's a great, sure-handed receiver, and he's all over the field. It's fun to watch him.
Gives Lone Peak a first down. You got to love the effort there by Cole. Look at all the defenders in the box. PG trying to bring pressure, given to Wild. Wild has room up the right side. Brooks down the sideline and out of bounds around the 30. Penalty flag here back at the line.
Gives to Brooks Wild. He picks up the first down.
Great run by Brooks Wild, maybe negated. Let's see what's going on.
I think it is. Everyone's coming back. Maybe had help getting around the edge there, Moose.
It's holding against Lone Peak.
You know Coach Pay's not going to be happy about that one.
Another penalty for the Knights.
Got to clean that up. That's a big penalty, too. Looks like at the spot penalty,
Yeah.
15 yards.
10-yard
penalty. My eyes aren't eagle eyes like yours or lion eyes.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost a 30-yard difference with where you would have had the ball to where you do, and it's 1st and 20 to make it worse.
Sometimes your biggest enemy is yourself.
Hodson gonna try deep, has a man just overthrew it, and a penalty flag here gonna come in. Boy, he was looking for Sean Blanton, and the flag coming from the boundary official.
Sean was sitting there hoping for a flag, and he got it. Hey, you know what? It used to be said, there's only bad things that can happen when you throw the football in the air. Either they catch it or we catch it, which would be good. That's the one good thing. Or it's incomplete, which is bad. But the coach that said that, he's like, there's only 33% chance that this is a good thing. He forgot about the PIs. 50-50 balls all the time turn into PIs. So got a lot of yards back right there. 1st and 5.
Yep, first down.
Dane's speechless, didn't agree with the call, but he has too many friends in the striped shirts.
After this play, we'll get into it. 1st and 5 for Lone Peak. Approaching the midway point here in the 3rd. On the ground, and not a lot there. Chopped down immediately. Here's my thing, all right? So, I'm not going to blame the officials because they're calling it as the rule is delineated, but I don't like the rule.
So you're blaming the rule makers?
Yes, I am blaming the rule makers because my problem with it is, what do you want the DB to do? Like we've almost made it illegal to play defense, and that's my thing. It's just like, all right, like on that play, was there anything that prevented?
I thought the ball was uncatchable, so I don't know if I'd throw it.
So then what? But anyway, That one
Wow.
jump ball, and how about Cole? He's had himself a ball game tonight, Moose.
Man, Cole making 5-yard routes, a beautiful thing to watch. Just so cool to see him. He has some of the strongest hands in the state. That ball wasn't the best thrown ball, but he went behind it, got it back, and made it a 3rd and short instead of a 3rd and long.
He's going to have some sore calves because he's had to make some leaps tonight, make some nice athletic grabs. Cole Christensen has been a beast.
His back's going to be sore from carrying this receiving core.
3rd and 1. Working it on the ground, move the chains, 1st down low. Ooh, boy, that's a spot. Man, I thought he had it. And the officials here saying he's short.
Ooh.
Wow.
Short of the 1st down. To Wolfram with a stop for the
Well, all right. That's a call for sure.
4th down. I thought he had it there, Moose.
My Lion Eyes are calling that's not a good call. His momentum, you could tell he was going forward, and he got to about the 38 from what I saw, but I wasn't on the field. Who knows?
4th and 1. Lone Peak going to go for it. They'll run it. Looking for a little jingle, and Hodson has it and more. 1st down for the Knights. As on the 4th down play, Hodson moves the chains.
Caden Hodson-Hill with a great play. You go in. He should have been tackled back at
behind the
line.
line.
First down, but he did a hop, skip, and a jump and got himself a 1st down for this Lone Peak Knight crowd.
Pretty well done there by Caden Hodson. Boy, PG was all over that, and yet the senior makes a play.
Got to wrap it up. Just like you'd saran wrap your sandwich, you got to saran wrap the quarterback.
Apologize for the hiccups coming through the mic there. Woo. Hodson looking for the end zone. Just overthrown, was trying for Crew.
Hodson's pass is incomplete.
Crew is so fast. For him to slow down, he almost made it to the parking lot.
He hit that the track asphalt, and he was like, whoa. We're going to run this one out.
The track coach
saw. If it's Miami, they'd be yelling at him for running up the tunnel.
It's not his fault that they built the tunnel that way.
Not my fault.
It's not my fault the DB couldn't cover me. It's not my fault they called that play. Some Thrill Hill stuff going on down there.
That is a great scene in that 30 for 30. Anyway, 2nd and 10. Time blitz again. Hodson going to go down. We talk about the timing. Guess who? Tua with the sack.
Man, Tua Wolfgram. He is bringing the heat, and he timed that perfectly. I don't know if he was in the huddle with Lone Peak or not,
it looked
but
like he
knew
was.
the snap count better than the offensive lineman. And his eyes were huge. I could see the whites of his eyes from here. He was so excited. He's like, there should be a pulling guard, but there's not. Good night, Nick.
That is that's the latest example of the bend but don't break mentality, right? Lone Peak's been able to kind of maneuver their way. Dang, yeah, they've had some penalties, they've overcome them. And there's a big play to set up 3rd and long here for the Knights. Can they convert here? Hodson dumping off, little screen, nowhere to go for Bateman.
Hodson completes to Max Bateman.
Now you're in no man's land. We've seen Ian Sanchez hit 60-yard field goals.
The wind is at his back.
Kick the field goal. Are they going to do it?
No.
Boo. Nope, they are.
Brings up 4th down for the Knights.
They're going for a 58, 59.
I don't think so.
Oh, come on. Let him play. Let the boy play, Brock.
Oh, man.
Check. Kick the field goal.
It's actually a left to right. And, Sanchez not going to like that punt. This is going to be about a net 7-yard kick.
Yep.
Trying to get that reverse spin and just missed it.
So he didn't extend his arm out. His elbow was popped in, and that caused him to hit the front side of the ball instead of the back. Rough punt right there.
Want to thank our sponsors of Lone Peak Football. doTERRA is a proud sponsor of Lone Peak Football. doTERRA's products help athletes around the world maintain the highest level of health and wellness. Learn more about how you can up your health and wellness game at doTERRA.com. 1st down for PG. They'll run it, and they'll run into the teeth of that Lone Peak defense, only pick up 1.
They give it to Wade Christensen. Kyle West with the stop for the Knights.
In case this might be of interest, tonight they announced at the half Corner Canyon playing AF tonight in Region 4. Corner Canyon had a 21-0 lead. So the Chargers looking like they're bouncing off of that Lehigh loss pretty well tonight.
Yeah, that's an impressive team. Lehigh is just kind of built for big games this year.
Pressure, screenplay. Well, I tell you, you want to know who read that well for Lone Peak? It was Nathan Darrington, the senior. Tried to get a hand on it. I don't think he did, but was in great positioning.
He did just enough to disrupt the timing, disrupt the play. Because if that ball was caught, that could have been a house call for 6. Dane.
And again, you talk about PG being right there, Moose. They've had a couple of those that are just inches away from being big plays.
They're sick of Lone Peak. They've had 10 years of rough games. They want to end this streak.
Staffieri looking to the boundary. That is caught. Going to be shy of the first down. A pickup of 7. It'll be 4th and 2 for PG. What do you do, Moose?
I don't know.
1 minute to go.
Probably go for it, but your running game isn't really existent right now. Maybe do a quick snap, maybe try to get them to come off. You never know. That's why I'm not making the big bucks like Coach Walkenhorst.
Well, you want to talk about big bucks. Caden Hodson being walked to the locker room here for Lone Peak. And that could be interesting. 4th down, PG going to go for it. Staffieri gets it to the back. I think he's shy. I thought he was shy by a half yard. It is really, really close.
Staffieri completes to Wade Christensen.
It was Christensen with the reception. I think he's short. So does Lone Peak.
If Hodson's hurt, that means number 12,
Engemann.
Rome Engemann will be coming in.
The Lone Peak defense making the stop.
Rome coming into this season, talking to Coach Brockbank. He's like, we have plenty of great quarterbacks here. Most of them only play 1 year. I'd be comfortable with Rome Engemann coming in at any time. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities. He's a phenomenal young man. His dad played for BYU. And it's going to be interesting to see how he performs in this tight game.
He is in at quarterback. Engemann coming on. Gives to Wild. Penalty flag here on the run. With 32 seconds to go here in the first.
Now, I don't say this often about the refs, but great form on that throw with the penalty flag. Rome Engemann, he's been around. He's wanted his turn. He's waited for his turn. And I'm excited to see what he does for it. He had a tweet just kind of talking about a lot of different things. But if he can lead this team into the end zone and maybe create a quarterback controversy, that could be interesting. But you hate to see quarterbacks go down, and it's just lucky that they've got a second-string guy that can do it.
Face masking penalty there on Pleasant Grove. Add 15 yards. 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 25-yard line. Engemann. Again, PG showing edge pressure. Engemann looking, and was that inbounds? I thought he might have been out, yeah. Just out of play, like it was McChesney, but couldn't get a foot in.
From here, I thought his foot was in, but the ref may have had a better angle.
Maybe.
The nice thing is you're starting your first drive basically in field goal range.
Yes.
After that penalty by Pleasant Grove, the face mask, that'll kill you. But I've been impressed with this Pleasant Grove defense. They have done a great job this second half, not giving up the big play.
Yes, they have. They've been really dialed in. 2nd and 10. Engemann, hands off. Oh, shifty run there by Wild, but tracked down for no gain. There's a couple of Vikings there to help make the stop.
Wild did a great job right there, not taking the tackle for a loss. This should take us to the 4th quarter. But what a phenomenal run. Still gaining 5 yards, but in the score sheet it'll say 0.
It will take us to the 4th. Lone Peak still leading Pleasant Grove by 10 as we head to the 4th. Lone Peak football on KSL Sports Rewind, presented by Skin Science. 4th quarter coming up next.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back to KSL Sport Rewind's coverage of Lone Peak football. Want to thank our sponsors, Ames Construction, working in harmony with nature and instilling true confidence, delivering success at Ames Construction. Also, Summit Foot and Ankle. Summit Foot and Ankle wants to empower your peak performance. Foot pain isn't normal. Rise above the pain at summitfootankle.com. Start of the 4th quarter, 3rd and 10 for Rome Engelman and the Lone Peak Knight offense. PG bringing pressure again. Engelman looking to the end zone. Christensen having to come back. Did he catch that?
Of
yes,
course he did. He might have knocked the wind out of himself, but he caught the ball.
I think he came down right on the football. I think you're right. He probably knocked the wind out of himself.
He's like, yeah, he's tapping his stomach saying, oh, that hurt, coach.
Yeah. We had a timeout here. We had an injured player on the field. I think they're working on getting them off. We had a lineman back behind it as well.
Oh,
I think
gotcha.
What the stoppage was for. Want to thank Rockwell Ice Cream for their sponsorship of Lone Peak football, as well as Burn Boot Camp. Burn Boot Camp transforms lives and communities through challenging 45-minute cardio and strength workouts that will leave you feeling stronger and more confident in all aspects of your life.
One scary thing, if Christian's out right now, Christensen, he's the holder on PATs. So that might have taken the field goals out of the game unless your second string holder is really experienced.
They'll go on the ground. Wild tripped up. Tua getting in the backfield there.
Great play by Tua Wolfgram,
yes.
Just popping back there. He is an impressive linebacker.
You ready for this?
Every time I watch him, I'm just like, wow, yeah.
Just a junior.
Just a junior bacon cheeseburger. A junior. A junior.
2nd and goal here for Lone Peak.
Little tenacious D. Jack Black. Nothing wrong with that. Is Christensen up? I don't see him anymore where he once was.
Yeah, he's hanging out by the coaching staff. He's ready to come in, not in here on 2nd down. Engelman trying to work the slant. Is that caught?
No signal.
I must have missed it. I never saw a signal.
All right.
But it is incomplete. They were looking there for Sean Blanton. Be 3rd and goal.
Might have gotten a stinger right there. Man, these receivers are dropping like flies.
Christensen, Christensen coming
Christensen's
on.
back. He's a tough sucker.
For 3rd and goal.
Big 3rd and goal here. Lone Peak hasn't put the final nail in the coffin, but this could be it if Engelman can lead them for a scoring drive.
McChesney and Christensen to the top of the screen. Look in that direction for Christensen. Touchdown, Lone Peak.
Oh, just Christensen coming in, doing it well. Crew McChesney has some offers, but Christensen's a kid that you should definitely look at. Colleges, he can do it all for you, and he is as reliable as the sun coming up over those mountains just to the east of us.
Christensen here to hold. Keep an eye on it. He'll do his duty here. Kick is up. Kick is good. 24-7. Lone Peak leading Pleasant Grove. You're watching Lone Peak football presented by Skin Science on KSLSports.com.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Want to thank Stephanie Clark with Berkshire Hathaway for her sponsorship of Lone Peak Football, Utah's premier real estate professional. Stephanie Clark with Berkshire Hathaway. 24-7, largest lead of the night for Lone Peak. It was tied at 7 apiece at the end of the first. 17-0 run here from the Knights.
Man, PG started out tight, but Lone Peak has been able to run away with this game. It's getting chilly and the clock is running.
This kick, bit of a chip shot. Kick. Tua's going to have a return here. Wolfgram with the spin, going over one tackler up to the 32.
Tua is not a kid I'd want to tackle.
No.
He has got bad intentions every single time he steps onto the field.
We talked about the next opponent for Lone Peak. For PG, they'll head out west, take on the Thunder of Westlake.
Oh.
That was a game they lost last year. It was Westlake's first ever Region 4 win, and PG going to be looking for revenge.
Westlake isn't a team to mess with this year. They took down
Mountain Ridge. Right.
And Mountain Ridge is a good squad.
Yes.
I had them in my top 10 teams going into the season, but preseason means nothing, Dan. You know that as much as I do.
1st and 10 here for the Vikings. Offense been held in check by this Lone Peak defense. Staffieri running out of time and space. That pass into the turf intended for McCoy.
How about Luke Smith, the linebacker, coming in, taking out the running back, moving him like he was nothing, making that pressure on Staffieri and getting a ball out. That's what you got to do. You got to put pressure on the opposing quarterback, because if you can get into his head, there's a lot of good things that can happen there.
2nd and 10. Pressure. Staffieri running around it. Boy, just hard. He has not had any time tonight, Moose.
That is a dangerous throw, too. He put too much air under that. But these blitzing linebackers coming out of nowhere with a full head of steam on this running back. The running back for PG is going to be waking up tomorrow with bumps and bruises and then some.
We'll bring up 3rd and long.
This is a tough decision for Pleasant Grove. They've got to get some points on the board. They haven't had a lot of success going deep because their quarterback hasn't had time. Finally, they're just like, let's go 5 wide because the running back isn't doing much for us right now.
Staffieri. Boy, even just bringing 4, he's flushed out of the pocket. Gets this off underneath, bounces off of one tackler. And boy, I don't know if Cannon's got enough. It's close.
There's some dirty laundry on the field, though, on the 45. Let's see what that's all about.
Yes, you're right. Far side, I just saw it. That would be down the field, so that would likely be a holding.
Maybe a face mask? Personal foul. Ooh. Helmet to helmet. And that breathes some life into this Pleasant Grove offense right there.
I mean, Lone Peak has to be near 10 penalties, don't they?
I mean, 10 penalties this half, it almost feels like.
It's been a lot. It's been uncustomarily a lot.
Yeah. It's always good to be ahead on the scoreboard, but you have to control those penalties.
1st down. 5 receivers again. Boy, everyone within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage. Staffieri, pressure coming, gets rid of it, and can't get out of the sure tackle. Nice job there by Corbin Baumgartner, the senior.
Something that's been interesting is Lone Peak really trusts their corners and their safeties. They're going man-to-man and just throwing everyone else at the quarterback.
They've done it all night.
I thought with these 5 wide receivers that they'd be able to get some separation, but these Lone Peak DBs have been tested, not just from kids in Utah, but kids in Arizona, kids in California,
Nevada,
everyone west of the Mississippi that's worth a darn.
Hale there on the reception, picking up a couple.
Ferocious block by Sean Cottle right there, and that's what you love to see from a wide receiver. You love to see the blocking ability. Get down the field and get dirty.
Set up a 3rd and short here for Pleasant Grove. 9.5 to go. This certainly feels like a drive that if you want a shot, you've got to score 6.
They have to score. Their offense has to get going. We haven't seen them do anything since the first quarter. It's been rough to be a PG Viking. Got to roll the boat down the field and get home. Get in your home, PG.
Staffieri over the middle, has a man caught. 1st down and more for Sean Cottle.
Cottle looks surprised because these safeties have been rolling downfield and hitting hard. After he caught that ball, he's like, where am I getting hit from? And he's like, not getting hit yet. Let's keep going. Hooray.
It almost looked like the defense there had a miscommunication that opened up that inside slant for Sean. PG able to take advantage. 1st down.
Great play, and that's what PG needs. They only have 25 yards to go. Let's see if they can do it, Dane.
Staffieri look into the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Pleasant Grove. Wow. Cannon Hale is not too good for his home, and the Vikings get the answer.
Cannon firing shots, saying we're not out of this yet. This game is only a 10-point game. PG is rolling back in here, saying, here we go. Let's get to Valhalla in our end zone. I love to watch this.
On to try the point after to pull it back to a 10-point difference. Hold is good, kick is up, kick is good. 24-14, the Vikings not done yet. They're storming the castle.
Oh, that was a good one.
8:49 to go. We'll take a moment here and thank one of our sponsors of Lone Peak Football here on KSL Sports Rewind. D.R. Horton is the state's premier builder of master planned communities, offering amenities like pools, clubhouses, integrated walking trails, sport courts, dog parks, play areas, and much, much more. With more than 300 communities built locally since 1992 and more than 18 communities now under construction, D.R. Horton is Utah's home builder. Start your new home search today at drhorton.com. Also want to thank Black Desert Resort, remarkable within reach, and Velocirax. Bring them all, Moose.
Bring them all. That's what the Vikings said on that last touchdown pass. Great communication. Great job.
It's what Lone Peak's defense has said all night. Bring them all. You got man coverage down the field, and Hill for the second time makes them pay, making it a 10-point game. Kickoff into the end zone for the touchback.
You were pretty confident in that. I was like, oh, it might be returnable right there.
Eagle eyes.
If Crew was a little bit taller, that might have been taken out.
Which I don't get that. I don't get the catch it out of the air like it's a pass type of thing. I feel like it takes you out of your momentum for a return, but I'm not a special teams coach.
Generally, the rule of thumb is heels on the 2. If it goes over your head, let it go.
But I don't see that in high school ever. I see kids trying to keep it for a return.
It's because they all think that they're Britton Covey. That's the problem.
1st down here for Engelman. Again, it came on in the 3rd. Had the touchdown drive on their last drive. Gives it to Bateman. Bateman looking for the stiff arm. Brought down after a gain of 7.
Every time I see Bateman make a catch, my heart gets excited. You love to see the tight ends involved, and there's been some great tight ends that have come through Lone Peak. But Bateman has done great things, and he's a top tight end. Just keep feeding him the ball, get down, and keep that clock rolling, and life will be good.
Lone Peak had a 6.5-minute drive to close out the first half. One of those would be, all but the ball game here for the Knights. They'll go on the ground on 2nd down. Going to be close to the 1st down. I think a half-yard shy, but
maybe
your side official has it. Yes. 1st down.
All right.
He picks up the first down for the Knights.
Nothing wrong with that. Let's go.
Yeah. That offensive line doing work up front.
The offensive line is really young, and they don't have all 5 of their starters in. It's interesting getting about halfway through the season. We're in week 6. And when you get to this point, not one team has every single player they started the year with. What's your depth like? How have you developed it? Who's going to be your guys? And there's 3 seconds left. Better snap it, Engelman.
Yeah, Engelman hurrying, gets it away. Pressure coming around the ankle. Oh, how about the pressure from the linebacker, Jaden Wright, who's had a monster game defensively for PG.
Jaden was looking at the clock, and he's like, licking his lips.
Yep.
He's like, here we go. It's dinner time. I need to get my sack. Didn't quite get the sack, but he got a TFL, and that's just as good for him.
Yeah. Nice play there. Again, look, here's the other thing about PG. There's no give up in them.
No.
Right?
Last year they're like, oh man, I should be playing sophomore JV ball. They were playing varsity ball in Region 4.
Yeah.
Brutal.
2nd and 13. Engelman looking over the middle, trying for Christensen, overthrown.
Engelman's pass falls incomplete.
It's always interesting to see the communication between the quarterback and the receiver. The receiver usually says, take a little bit off, and the quarterback says, run a little faster. Come on, man. Put it where only you could get it. And he's like, not even I can get it. That was a little bit far. He wishes he would have had that one back. But I like that they throw Engelman in there, and they're like, let's throw the ball. Let's see what we can do. Really interesting. And it's sad because I've been loving watching Caden Hodson.
Yeah.
He's been a great quarterback for Lone Peak.
3rd down for Lone Peak. Engelman gets it away, and that incomplete for Bateman. And all of a sudden, Moose, 4th down, Lone Peak has to punt. 6:45 to go. He's not done yet.
Yeah. Ian Sanchez, let's hope he gets his arms straight on this one. Gets a good punt.
Yeah.
Because if we have what he had last time, that could be a sad day.
This could be
20.
This could be a big play. Big play here for both sides. You get a good return here. Maybe even get a block or something like that.
I don't know if they're going for a block.
Doesn't look like it.
That's better, Ian.
Right. Oh, boy. Just muffed it. And Lone Peak says they have it. And they do. The Knights gather the muff punt.
That's why special teams are so important. But it looks like we've got a guy down, too.
Yeah, that is right. Jaden, who's had such a big night tonight, down on the play. We'll step aside while they come out and take a look at Jaden Wright. You're watching Lone Peak Football, sponsored by Skin Science on KSL Sports.
To the Knights football.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back, Jaden Wright. Boy, he was down for a while, and all of a sudden he just burst up and walked off, stormed off.
Oh, he is livid.
Good to see he's okay.
Yeah, it's great to see he's okay.
But after the month, the Lone Peak offense coming back out, big play.
That's one of those situations where you leave your teammate alone for a few minutes before you talk to him.
Yeah. Lone Peak offense back on the field here. And you know who's back on as well? Caden Hodson taking snaps here for the Knights. So good to see that he's back out.
It's good to see Caden out there. Engelman did a good job. It's good that they see that they've got 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Engelman throwing a strike, Hodson doing great. I love to see all these guys. And Hodson, like I said, only been with the team since July. Most kids, I mean, I was talking to some Texas high school coaches, They've been shopping around quarterbacks since the kid's in 6th grade. Saying, do you have a quarterback for 2030 yet?
I think that happens here too.
I think so too.
2nd and 2 here for Lone Peak. That's Christensen in motion. I think you're going to see a lot of this. A lot of running plays here for the Knights. They try to trickle down this clock, as that was Boston Hill with the carry. And he'll pick up a yard and bring up a 3rd and short.
The state of the union for Utah high school football is getting crazy. I mean, the talent that's coming out of here is getting better and better every year. I mean, Dane, when you played in Idaho 50 years ago or so, it was about the same between Utah and Idaho. Now there's a little bit of a difference between those two states.
Yeah, Idaho's really taken off. I mean, 3rd and 1. Hodson trying to get it himself. I think he's got it.
Well, he was looking to give it to someone, and he's like, why give it to someone when you can do it yourself?
He might be shy here. It kind of came in between the yard markers.
So I would say kick the field goal, but I'm willing to bet they just quarterback sneak it.
Yeah, I think the same. They might measure this. Of course, while they measure,
official timeout.
Renuvi, do you have unresolved back pain from a herniated disc, or does pain in your knees prevent you from being as active as you want to be? Non-surgical regenerative spine and joint therapies from Renuvi can repair damaged tissue, relieve your pain, and restore your active lifestyle. Go to Renuvi.com to set up a free virtual consultation with one of their qualified physicians. Your pain doesn't have to be managed. It can be solved with Renuvi. Visit Renuvi.com. Also want to thank Tech9, Tech Happily with Tech9, where Utah goes for custom software development. I don't know that we've got an index card, but it's about that close. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah. Man, it is a bit chilly. You can hear my shivering starting. I was not ready for this, Dane. The fall days are here. No more summer delightfulness, no more sunshine, no more playing in the lake. I'm cold.
We're in the Rockies.
What? I need to get a map.
4th and goal. Or sorry, 4th and inches.
With the way this game's been going, with the big plays, it could be 4th and goal.
4th and game. This is a must stop for PG.
Ref's giving the signals. You got about an inch or two.
No rush here. And look at Hodson, the senior. Hey, guys, we can take some time off. 17 on the play clock. Boy, they're going to run it.
Oh!
Miscommunication, that ball's out. And I think Lone Peak got back on it.
May have gotten the first down with the fumble.
I think they did, yes.
Woo. What a happy day,
what
Junior
Tahi. What a play
Tahi.
design, huh? Tell you what, drop it, kick it ahead, get on it. And look, I think PG here might be saying you can't advance a fumbled football.
Yeah, the coaches are livid over there. They're having a powwow. The refs are in the middle of the field saying what's the rule. Might be a first down, hasn't been signaled yet, but they're going to be talking to
And here's the
horse.
other side. And I don't know the rule on this, but high school is not college, is not pros.
We've learned that this year, Dave.
We've learned that. It is a first down here for Lone Peak.
Oh, Walking Horse is not happy about that. He wants to throw his challenge flag. Is that a timeout? What's going on?
It does. I'm not quite certain.
He might want a word with the white hat.
There is a timeout here taken by PG. Timeout PG. We'll be back after this.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back. I don't know if the issue's resolved, but from the official standpoint, it is.
Yeah, I had a tough time arguing with my parents growing up, and I had a tougher time arguing with officials. Once they make up their mind, you don't really get a reversal. I haven't seen it very often. Have you, Dane?
No.
Man, it's September in Utah for sure. It's getting a little cold. Dane was prepared. He's a Boy Scout.
Look, man, this is what you get for growing up in Idaho. 1st and 10. Oh, nowhere to go. That play blown up in the backfield by this PG defense. Trevin Gates coming up to make the stop.
The middle linebacker just shooting the gap. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. He says thanks for the tackle for a loss. Wow.
That clock ticking down as we're approaching 4 minutes to go here in regulation. Of course, had a score update. Corner Canyon sounded like AF maybe pulled it within one possession. 28-14, the last update. Corner in front. And Skyridge tonight all over Westlake. #1 team in the state. 2nd and 13. Hodson looking, wants points. And
that should be a PI. Okay,
look,
if that's a no call, what are we doing?
All right, a couple minutes ago,
defend the refs, okay?
No. A couple minutes ago, I was like, there's too many PIs. You can't play. And that one, I'm like, how's there not one in that? I get so confused on PIs anymore. Lewis, I can't do it.
Now they're throwing one on the sideline.
This is going to be a sideline warning. Right. And that's the frustrating thing for me with PIs. The one earlier, I feel like it's the defender trying to make a play. That one, I feel like that's pretty apparent, and there's nothing. And
he was holding on to him for dear life, pushing, pulling, tugging, doing whatever he could to make sure he didn't get the ball, and he was successful.
And this is where, look, I don't say that I harp on the officials. It's just for me, I just still don't have a good feel for what is and isn't.
Here,
it's just what it is.
I do. That was PI.
All right, 3rd down. I won't disagree. 3rd and 13. McChesney in motion. Hodson looking for Crew. Has it. Wrapped up at the 25. Gain there of 5.
Hodson completes to Crew McChesney.
What do you want to do? Do you want a field goal?
Trevin Gates with the stop.
I don't think it does much for you, right?
No, it doesn't do anything for you. Timeout by PG.
Yeah, stop the clock at 3:26. We'll step aside, have 4th down when we come back.
Here's some more great sponsors.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back, Lone Peak Homecoming. How about this? Was you ready for, this is crazy, because I was doing my prep. This is the first time since 07 that Lone Peak has no in-state non-region wins.
That is quite a stat right there,
Now, in
Dane.
fairness, they only had one non-region in-state game this year, and it was Timview week 1.
And it was Timview at full strength,
Timview at full strength. But still, looking end zone, McChesney not going to get there.
That's a PI.
See, I didn't think that was.
The defensive back running into Crew.
I don't think Crew has a shot at that ball. That ball
I think
dies.
he does. But
you just say that because you wanted to go all accent on Crew
I
McChesney.
did. I love Crew McChesney. But that was a catchable ball. I will take that one to my grave.
And now we're going to get maybe another sideline warning. No, unsportsmanlike. Wow.
Whoa. That's a game changer right there. This is a 2.2 possession game, ladies and gentlemen. That field goal means a lot that Ian Sanchez hit. But
I think Coach Brockbank probably is thinking along the lines of Moose, wanting the pass interference there.
I never want to be a coach, Dane, but I would love talking to the officials like a coach.
Here's my thing with it. That ball dies in midair, and so that's one, like, I don't know if Crew could get to that. But
I never doubt Crew's athleticism.
So turnover on downs, PG coming out. 3:20 to go, Staffieri. Pressure, gets rid of it, has a man behind the defense, caught and out of bounds. Boy, great toe touch there from Cale McCoy. And PG into Lone Peak territory.
What a great throw. Great timing, great toe tapping, and PG is knocking on the door. These Vikings are starting to roll.
Storming the castle, Moose.
I love it.
They got work to do. 3 minutes to go. Lone Peak showing a safety. Staffieri trying to angle again. Intercepted. Oh, the intricacies of the game. What did I say pre-snap? A safety for maybe the first time tonight. And Ryder Christensen coming up with a pick.
Ryder Christensen, beautiful pick, coming off the sidelines with the gladiator pose. Are you not entertained? I am entertained. Great pick, great look, and that's what Lone Peak needed. But this game isn't over yet. We've seen muff punts, we've seen interceptions, we've seen touchdowns. You guys better be glued to your TV because this is high-stakes football in Region 4.
250 with one timeout for PG. A first down will do it.
Okay.
From the 17-yard line.
I was hyping myself up.
But I don't know that I've seen Lone Peak with really a more kind of traditional safety look tonight as this one. Again, see that how that ball dies? Crew couldn't get to that one either.
See, Crew is getting blocked. This isn't basketball. You can't box people out. Throw the flag. Come on. Okay, I'll give you that one. That one might not have been catchable.
I'm kind of surprised they're throwing here because both of those throws are into the wind. It's a pretty stout wind.
Yeah, it's chilly wind, in case you guys were wondering.
Yeah.
Both me and the cameraman are shivering. Dana's prepared, and he's got a coat.
I'm not comfortable, but I'm not shivering, so 2nd and 10. Clock stopped, 2:43 to go. They'll go back to the ground here. Penalty flag thrown in. This might be an alignment problem.
This is the most penalized I've seen Lone Peak ever.
Yeah.
I've done a couple Lone Peak games. Usually they're crisp. They're very, very exact with what they do. Tonight, it's been a little loosey-goosey. It's been surprising.
Illegal shift the call, so it'll be 2nd and 15 here for the Knights. Clock running after the penalty. Just one timeout left for Pleasant Grove. They're going to take it. Are they taking it now?
2nd 15, Knights.
The sideline official coming in. And I'm wondering if this is maybe a question around whether that clock should have been running or not.
Well, it ran on the field goal, so after a penalty,
but here's the difference.
It run?
But here's the difference, and I don't know, right? I don't know. Here's the difference. The penalty down here was a penalty on Lone Peak. They had possession. The penalty here is on Lone Peak. Yeah, I don't know.
And they have possession.
Yeah, but I think it's an advantageous thing.
On your way out.
I'm not certain. I'm going to have to ask my official friends tonight.
I wish I could ask my official friends, but I don't know if I have any.
Well, it's because you throw them all in front of the bus every night, Moose.
I love you guys.
They do wind it here.
Okay. So the more you know.
Yeah. Knowledge is power. See Hodson here wisely letting that clock tick off. Play clock down to 10. He'll hand off. Wild making men miss. Wild looking for a block, stay in bounds. And he will. First down for Lone Peak with 2 minutes to go.
Wild getting the first down, staying in bounds too. What a great play, smart play. He just says, hey, everyone get on my back, I'll handle this. Here we go. PG was ready for the pass, not ready for Wild to start running.
PG with just the one timeout. Clock moving.
Take your time.
Wild. Gobbled up there for a loss of 1 on the run.
Coach Wild, the ball carrier.
And timeout here taken by PG. Can't take it with you, so they'll take it here. Timeout Pleasant Grove. We'll be back with the final 125 after this.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential, now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit one of our 5 locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back. Want to thank Brayton Walker and everyone here at Lone Peak that helps us get set up. We had some technical issues tonight, and everyone here is super helpful in getting everything up and running. So special thanks to Lone Peak. Always great hosts. And grateful we could bring this game to you. Of course, next week they'll take on American Fork. And that should be a good one as well. Pivotal for AF, as they'll be looking for a bounce back and trying to contest for a Region 4 championship. They'll need that one next week.
Are you calling the game up north now?
Haven't decided. I don't know.
You haven't decided?
No. Well, we have to look at the schedule.
They might not need a bounce back. They may win.
Oh, yeah. No, I am calling that one. I am calling that one. On the ground here, Lone Peak, nowhere to go for Brooks Wild. Are you not calling that game?
Oh, you never know.
Okay.
After the first half of Lehigh Corner Canyon last week, I was like, hey, that game's over. Then it's just Lehigh comes back and pulls out a W.
Okay.
Brooks Wild still running really well. Getting the time off the clock is really imperative right now. And they may have to punt this ball.
Yeah.
Which is always a happy, try to get the punt yards up.
But look, this is why field goals are important, right? Because even if you punt this, it's a 2-possession game.
Yep.
Play clock down to 5. Hodson will throw. And this one overthrown, incomplete. We'll stop the clock, 34 seconds left, and Lone Peak here will kick it away.
Little miscommunication there, but throwing it up is a good choice, especially when you got Cole Christensen and Crew McChesney out there.
Oh. Brings up 4th down and 13.
It's cold.
Oh, man. You know, love calling games with Moose Bingham. I don't know if you caught it on mic, but the moment he stopped talking, there was a, oh.
It's cold. I'm used to summer. I finally got used to it last week, Dane.
4th down. Sanchez here to punt.
It's a good snap, good punt.
Not returnable. Down to the 49. 26 seconds to go. PG, the offense coming out. Looking for maybe some final cosmetic points here on the road at Lone Peak.
Yeah, expect PG to start taking some shots. Try to get a touchdown and a 2-point and an onside kick. If you can get that, that's a win. But this homecoming crowd seems quite confident in their crew. A lot of them heading towards the gates.
We talked about this earlier. 10 straight wins for Lone Peak, soon to be 11, and now 5 of them will be 10-point or less differential on the scoreboard. It's been a battle, even though it's been one-sided in the scorebook.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you have more points than the other team at the end of the day.
Yep.
That's a win.
Staffieri going to run this out of play. Gain of 9. Stopping it with 19 seconds to go.
Now, you almost don't want to run it because the clock isn't your friend right now.
Right. Tyler Denny in on the stop. Good to see him back. Was battling injury earlier. Healthy, good to go. Been a key piece to this Lone Peak defense.
Yeah, he relates all the calls to everyone. We call that the green dot in the NFL. Usually he's mic'd up to the coaches, he's listening to plays, but high school's not that advanced.
2nd down, Staffieri looking over the middle, jump ball, intercepted, ball game. 2nd pick of the night for Ryder. Christensen will seal it with 12 seconds to go.
Great game, always within 10 points, always very cardiac-esque, this Lone Peak team, except for the first game, but I'm a believer in Lone Peak now. After that first game, it was a little rough for me to believe. I was like, we're going Lone Peak, and you're like, yeah, they've beaten all the outside teams. let's see what they're all about. I'm like, let's go. I love to see the Knights.
They have looked extremely strong tonight. This is a different PG group. They gave him a heck of a battle, but Lone Peak coming through, and they'll walk away with the 24-14 win. Moose, your final thoughts and a player of the ball game.
My final thoughts, what a beautiful game, super fun. I'm going to give it to the Christensens, both of them. Cole Christensen on offense was phenomenal, and Ryder Christensen on defense was great. 2 interceptions for Ryder. Cole Christensen had a touchdown, and the strongest, best hands in the state.
Congratulations, Ryder Christensen, for our player of the game. Lone Peak defeating Pleasant Grove 24-14 for Mark Schwartz, Austin Bigelow, Moose Bingham. My name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us here for Lone Peak Football, presented by the Skin Science Institute, only on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you next time right here on KSLSports.com.
I love our culture here at Skin Science. I think it plays to every student. Most people who choose aesthetics are creatives, and this is such a great outlet for them. Not only are they able to work one-on-one with their clients, they're also able to prepare them for what really happens in the world.
I loved the atmosphere at Skin Science. It was easy to make friends. The instructors actually form relationships with you, which is one of my favorite parts. It's a fun place to be, especially when you're there for 8 or 16 months. I actually miss it now.
Skin Science does a phenomenal job on providing students the foundation they need to be able to jump into a career in medical aesthetics. During their internship at our Lonnie, they can expect to assist the practitioners with all things injectables such as Botox and dermal fillers. They assist with all of our medical facial procedures and then also with our body contouring procedures.
I would 100% recommend Skin Science Institute to anyone that's looking for an aesthetics program. I did not attend Skin Science Institute, but having worked here and seen how the staff and instructors care about their students and want to watch them grow and succeed, we are dedicated to helping our students feel confident in every service that they perform.